Greetings, love and peace. So a few days ago it came up. Archaeologists finally solved mystery behind oldest tombstone in U.S. belonging to English knight. And it later on goes on to say that he was knighted by King James. And we have the clipping here where King James, it said, conquered the Moorish rulers of Valencia province. And the Romans many centuries before knew the military importance of its strategic hills, and there was 7 hills. But it also speaks about Jamestown, Virginia. It speaks about these black slab of limestone, the tombstones that was buried. It says that they was made in Belgium, sent to London for golding or whatever, and then they was sent to the Americas to be buried. It said there was 2 of them in Jamestown, Sir Thomas West and Sir George Yeardley. But again, the tombstones was sent from Belgium to London and then to the Americas. Just like we have the study about Robert the Bruce who fought against the Moors with the Scottish. He said when he passed, he wanted his heart cut out and it be taken to Jerusalem to be buried in the Holy Land. And here they were sending their whole tombstones to the Americas to be buried because they know the Americas is Holy Land indeed. But it says he was knighted by King James the first, and our other readings, it speaks about how the ones in the Mayflower was running from King James. They was trying to push the English prayer books on them when they wanted their Moorish Latin books. When they took away their holy books and put that English book in their hand, if they couldn't read it, they called them illiterate and savage and all that. They tried to push the prayer book, which is the Holy Bible from King James. It was first the English prayer book. King James knighted him when he went back to England in 1617. He returned to Jamestown in 1621 and died there in 1627. Scientists analyzed fragments of the tombstone and found tiny fossil microbes, many of which did not co-occur in North America. And that's when they found out it was in Belgium. Limestone rock. These jet black stones were the most in demand and expensive in Europe at the time, according to the study. They put in a lot of work to be buried in the Americas. However, the knighthood was to conquer all of the Moors all over the empire, including the Americas. It's proof. This man was knighted by King James I, and King James' goal was to conquer the Moorish Empire. As you can see, the gold and the valuables was already stripped off of it. But also, we went over in 1496, where they executed 2 of the Cornish and left their heads on the London Bridge. I wanted to close out by doing a quick overview of the Order of the Knights of Malta. I have a 1920 National Geographic where it speaks about the discoveries of historic temples. I have already sent the 20-page article to a European mother, Gibson, so she may do the whole study, but I want to do the quick overview of a bullet point. Malta has been a British possession for over 100 years. Malta takes on its name from its founder, John de la Valletta, who was the Grand Master of the Order of the Knights of Malta during the famous siege of the island, 1565, when the forces of Sultan Solomon the Magnificent were defeated. This Malta mortuary has for its mural decorations more than 2,000 human skulls. And as you see in the middle, it also has the skeleton. And these are the grim relics belong to the defenders of the island whom were killed by the quote-unquote Turks in the 16th century. So this was 40 years after Sultan Solomon the Magnificent was defeated. So the Moors came back to get this island 40 years later. The Chapel of Bones in Valletta, Malta. And then you look in these days and times, you see the arches. They have the arches now in their chapels and churches, and they look all glorious with gold and decorations. But here they decorated them with skulls. Again, I was just going over a short overview of this because, again, go check out Gibson. If you can find her, I'm pretty sure she's going to do a very detailed demonstration on this subject. Thank you for joining the Cornish Temple. I leave you in love and peace.